What the?
It's a dog using a duck call. That's a hunting dog, dude.
That is a dog. Yes.
That's incredible.
Share that to your Facebook while I do this. Welcome to the Buckhorn Podcast. I am Martelle, and with me always is Randy. What up, Randy?
What is up?
How you doing today?
I'm good. I'm on my Facebook sharing crap right now.
Awesome.
I'm doing real good today. This is the third day we've got to see each other, which is uncharacteristic.
I know.
Usually it's a week apart.
It's usually a week apart. I'm getting tired of looking at your ugly mug.
Oh, that's fair.
I'm kidding.
That's why I don't have mirrors in my house. They're all hung low so Beth can see, but I can't see myself. It's the perks of being a foot and an inch taller than your wife.
But you have to look at your body.
If you want my body, nobody does.
Beth does, apparently. You got 2 kids.
Well, she falls asleep sometimes, so.
Ooh.
Yeah, we do, and she wants more. And
What?
oh yeah, she wants to have a plethora, a gaggle of kids.
You want a tribe?
Pretty much. She wants to go.
You trying to create a football team?
The
Circleville Nelsons?
At least baseball. We just need 9 for a baseball squad.
Jeezy Pete's.
But yeah, no, we had Huck after 7 years of being told you can't, and that's all she wanted to do. So we had Huck, and then we lost the 2 girls. And then we had Judd, and while she was like in labor with Judd, like water broke, ready to go.
I want another.
She was laying in bed. No, she was like real chill. She was like doing great, and she was just like, I think we want to try for a girl after this. And I'm like, let's get this one out of you first.
I want Irish twins.
Well, no, because of all the complications she's had, the doc says we can't even try for a year. So we're not even.
Irish twins.
It's going to be hard to do. We're not
2
even
kids in the
Irish.
same year.
But yeah, so no, things are going good though. Got some good news today that I can't share yet, but
Nice.
pretty excited. My truck is home thanks to your battery.
You're welcome.
So I got to drive to work tomorrow at that loose cable on the post. So we'll see how that goes.
That frightens me. That absolutely frightens me.
No, it's fine. I got a bungee cord on it. It's a $150 truck, man. You just bungee cord and duct tape it.
Wow.
It's fine. That's why you see so many. That's why Ford stands for Found on Road Dead, because guys that own old Fords will just be like, nah, it'll probably be okay.
So speaking of, if you come down 270, and this is for us local guys only, you're coming down 270 on 33 and then getting off at 33.
Right.
There's a Lexus sitting on the side of the road. It's probably like a, I don't know which model is. It's one of the higher end models, like a 560 or whatever it is. I don't know.
GS.
What the Lexus GS 5 something. The wheels have been, it's sitting on blocks. The wheels have been stripped off of it.
Somebody stopped in the middle of the night
Someone
and got
stopped
the wheels.
and stole the wheels.
That's why you don't leave your... Dude, that's not a great part of town anyway. It's not the worst by far.
It's not the worst. I mean,
but it's close enough to some of the worst. Plus, you're on a freeway. I mean,
that is in...
Bad gas travels fast, man.
In the 20 years that I've lived in Columbus...
I've not seen one on the side of the freeway like that.
That is the second time I have seen a car up on blocks with the missing tire, missing wheels.
I've not seen it on the side of a freeway.
The first
major freeway.
The first one was a yellow 1980s, like 85, 87 Monte Carlo.
Well, it probably had like $8,000 worth of wheels on it.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, we don't know, but
I don't know, but that was
nobody's
back,
stealing the original Steelies off of that thing.
No, and that was like when I originally, like right before, like 6 months before I moved up here.
Jeez.
So I didn't technically live here, but it was a bright like,
before
canary yellow Monte Carlo sitting on 71 North.
It's like one of
getting
those
on 670
old donk wheel cars where they put cereal brand stickers on it and crap.
This was before dunk was even a thing, so it was probably like a set of 16s.
Had some wire Daytonas and some airbags.
It may have had like 14-inch Daytonas with like 150 wire spoke wheels, or it was a set of 16s because those were huge back in the day.
Well, I remember my first car was a 91 Geo Prism. If I remember right, and I could be wrong, I think it had 12-inch wheels. My second car, after that one caught fire and burnt to the ground, was a 92 Tercel, and that's the one when I joined Columbus Racing and got around everybody. And when I got rid of the 13s by like 2 inches wide bicycle tires and went up to 15s, it made my car look sick. Like, I thought it was the coolest thing ever to have 15-inch rims on a Tercel that used to have Steelies on it. You know, I went from Steelies to some really ugly. They weren't TriStars, but they're like these really ugly, almost blade style. I don't even know what to call them, but they were still 13s.
Oh, see,
and then I finally found 15s to fit. Got them for, I think it was like $200 for all 4 of them. Threw some new low profile tires on them, and I was ready to go even slower because
That's right.
they were much bigger, and that engine did not have power.
No, that's my. I think it was a 94 Sundance had 13-inch tires on it. 13-inch wheels on it.
The old Sundance.
Yep, and then my GTI had 14-inch wheels.
Baller.
And I was trying to get a set of 16s for it.
What's your S5 have now? 20s?
19s.
19s, yeah.
And I got a set of 20s that need to be fixed.
Jeez, it's crazy.
I can't wait to get them 20s fixed.
I mean, I remember when 22s were what all the rappers wanted. 22s were like massive.
Yeah, and now 20s
are... 20s are stock. I mean, you get 20s, 22s.
20s are stock on sedans now, and 22s are stock on trucks.
Like pickups, yeah.
Pickups.
Which I don't like, man. That's one thing.
You can't go off-roading with a set of 20s.
Dude, I miss my Jeep with the 15-inch rims and 31 or 33-inch tires.
The FJ has 17s with 30-inch tires, 32-inch tires.
15 to 17 inches is a good size for a truck or SUV, I think.
16s. No, if you're going to do a truck and you're going off-road, and I wouldn't go any more than 16s.
I always had
15s
on all my trucks. My 78 K10 had 15s on it.
I want
my
as much
96 XJ had 15s on it.
I want as much rubber between me and the road between me and the terrain as possible, so that I'm not worrying about bending rims. I want to be able to drop the air out.
Right. Well, yeah, you want to lower the PSI a bit and crawl around.
I want to be able to grip. You can't do that on a set of 20s.
No.
You only get 13 inches, if that, to run your tires.
Yeah. So today was good. After a rough day at work yesterday, and then coming home, and I wasn't feeling real good Sunday night. Long story short, I left my lights on while recording here Sunday.
It really burned out your battery.
And it literally fried my battery. Like, that was the end. I've done that a couple times, and I've jumped it. I go back and forth between driving a Camry that has the auto lights and an 82 Ford that has auto nothing. Not auto transmission, no power windows, nothing.
You need to put a dinger sound on that.
It probably used to have one that just don't work. The dome light comes on sometimes when I open the doors.
You just need to put like a little dinger on there with a door switch.
Yeah.
So every time you open the door and the lights are on, it goes ding, 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 ding.
I got a little dinger.
Oh, I know you do. It made a little huck.
Little huck and a little Judd. But yeah, so no, the truck's home. I'm hoping your battery gets me to work the next couple of days. I got to go get
it. Better. That battery's brand new.
Well, if not, I owe you a battery, I guess. I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, the FJ to the rescue. I love what you do for me, Toyota.
That's right. Well, that's Napa.
No, I love what you do for me, Toyota.
Well, right, but that battery came from Napa.
Oh, well, your Toyota provided it to me, though, so I don't care.
All right. Well, tomato, potato.
Yep, both fruits. So what are we doing today?
Anyway.
This is weird because it's Tuesday night.
I know.
So we recorded an episode Sunday. We decided to switch to Tuesdays.
Yep.
And then last night we worked on my truck in the blistering cold.
That was fun.
And my buddy Josh left a tool here. So since I'm back, we're going to record again. And
now
I think we're recording Tuesday evenings.
We're going to switch to every Tuesday evening because that might be more convenient.
I think so. It's not smack dab in the middle of a weekend day.
No, and it's going to... I don't have anything going on Tuesdays, so...
It works out.
It works out a little better. So I think today we've got a little something in our glass.
We do. I have not...
which I think is going to be a new segment for us. A little something in our glass.
Okay.
I'll write that down. Take a picture. Do another news segment. Some stuff has come up, and it's not so much. I found an article, a news article that I like, and some things that I hate.
Okay.
I hate leftovers. So we're going to talk about leftovers.
Okay.
Because I can't stand leftovers. And then if we have time, we're going to hit whether or not your cell phone's actually listening to the words that come out of your mouth while you're not using it.
I would have died if somebody right there from your phone, it would have been like, we are listening.
Yeah, it's like Google's
we can
like,
hear you.
Yes, Brandon, I am listening to every word you say.
right.
So, what's in your glass?
I don't know.
You don't know. E.H Taylor.
E.H Taylor.
So we've got some E.H Taylor small batch.
Which I said I love the packaging of.
The packaging is very nice. I'll have to
get a good picture of that.
I'll have to get a picture of that and try to put in the show notes. Put it up on
this is a Kentucky bourbon?
This is a Kentucky bourbon. It comes out of, I think it's Buffalo Trace, actually. Where
is it?
I think E.H Taylor.
I thought I tried everything that Buffalo Trace put out.
I think it is. I'm not 100%. We may have to double check that.
It's got a good color to it.
It's got a very good color to
nice
it.
Amber hue.
I don't know the age statement on it. I didn't look when
we didn't bring the bottle up.
I didn't bring the bottle up. And I don't have a picture of it. So, but it is a small batch.
It is small batch.
I don't know what that means. I'm not gonna.
That means it's not a big batch.
It's not a huge batch, so it's tiny batch.
So we'll give her the old sniff and taste and
go ahead and
rate.
Nose it up.
It smells a lot like Weller's.
This is not a wheat.
It smells like Weller's.
This isn't wheated. So
as I recall, I don't have Weller's next to me.
But if you had made a comment on the last show when we drank the super dark Bozo beer when you swirled it, that it's clung to the side of the glass.
And this does that, but that Bozo beer painted. It was like swishing paint around.
Well,
this I can still see through the film.
That's called legs. It comes from a wine term where it's the alcohol running down the edge of the glass.
So you're losing alcohol when you swish it around.
No, it comes back down.
Yeah, but it does. It does the same kind of thing. It's a little different than the way that mud beer did it.
Oh yeah, the Bozo, which was I finished off, was really good.
Did you? You can keep it. So yeah, I'll give this a taste and we'll rate it and move on with our show.
All right.
This has got to be the favorite part of everybody, just the dead 7 or 8 seconds of listening to us.
Listen to the lip smacking.
It's got a good burn to it. A good one. It's not bad.
Nope, it's really good. I like it.
Pretty
I like
smooth.
it a lot. It's very smooth.
You don't remember the proof of this or anything?
I believe it's probably 80 proof.
We'll say I would
it's not high.
I would guess it at 90. I'm going to Google it while we're talking, and find out. But it's good. I like it.
It's very nice. It's one that's not available in Ohio. You got to go down to Kentucky to find it and get it. A friend of mine actually picked it up for me when she was down at the distillery. So I appreciate her for getting that for me. So I'm going to enjoy this while we have the show. You're looking up what the E.H. Taylor small batch is.
Yeah, I mean, price-wise, the first two prices that come up is $59.99 and $399.99.
No, that is way off.
E.H. Taylor Jr. small batch, it says
$39.99 is what it retails for.
Okay,
it's not.
Yeah,
those prices. That's ridiculous.
$500 for it.
Oh, nope. Whoa. No, I paid $40.
Okay, that's not a bad price at all.
I gave my friend $40 for it.
So this is from it's Buffalo Trace. They have single barrel proof, straight rye, old fashioned sour mash, warehouse C tornado surviving. Oh, they have some that survived a tornado. Fancy. Cured oak, seasoned wood, and 4 grain.
There you go. So
it does not tell me the.
It may not list the proof on it
on their site, but yeah, very good. Kind of got that caramely light taste, a little sweetness. As far as donut rating on this
gets a solid 3.
I keep taking little sips. I'm going to give this one. Oh, this is 100 proof.
Oh, okay.
It is 100. I thought there was some burn there.
Oh, no, there's some burn. There's no doubt about that. But it's very smooth. It's not.
And this does say it's $40.
Okay, so it's not like the Knob Creek that was like 120 that was super smooth. Like that Knob Creek we had.
Yeah, the Knob Creek's really smooth for
crazy
smooth for the 120. This one's got kind of a charred. I got the caramel and the charred taste. You give this a 3. I'd say this one for the price. I gave what I give Weller's for 4.5. I think
you give Weller's. But don't compare this to Weller because Weller's a wheated and this is not.
I know, but I'm thinking over. We talked about that. I'm thinking if I'm going to recommend something, though, where do I rank this? It's kind of what if somebody says I want something new. So I'm going, okay, where I know where I put Jefferson's Ocean. Voyage 3. I know where I
Right.
put Blanton's. I know where I put Eagle Rare, Weller's. So I kind of that's kind of what I do. Is where would I recommend it?
Okay, because I think about it on a
You
different
think about
scale.
the-
Where
yeah, you break it
where
down even
do you
further.
want it? Do you want it? Do you want something sweet? Do you want something that's got a little burn to it? Do you want something that's gonna be super smooth?
Yeah, and you know more about that stuff than I do. I just kind of go, this is what I think based on my taste.
Right.
I'm giving this a 3.5 donuts. I give it a 3.5 donuts.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it. For $40, I like it. I would not. I definitely wouldn't put. It's. I probably would have said 3, but at the price point for $40, it's a good sized bottle. The packaging is beautiful.
Oh yeah,
Like as a
packaging-
grown man, you could set that packaging out somewhere as a display.
Well, it's packaged like Scotch.
Yeah,
Most, like
it's a very
bottles
cool
of Scotch
bottle.
come in like
Comes in the
containers
tube.
within
Yeah.
the tubes, and it's
So I give it 3.5 based on that alone because afterwards you get a cool little souvenir. I mean, the bottle looks great. You can.
I didn't plan on keeping it.
Well, I'll take it.
You want it?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take it now before it's empty. Yeah, no, it's pretty good. So I give it 3.5.
All right,
3.5
cool.
donuts.
All right, 3.5 donuts.
100 proof, man.
It's really good for 100 proof.
It's very good for 100 proof.
I highly recommend it. Like when I first took the first pour, when I took the first pour of it, I haven't had any in a couple weeks, so it's been a while. But
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this is really good. Like what people say about it is that it's really smooth, it's really good. I'm just like, nah, it's it can't be everything.
It's not the smoothest I've had.
It's not
but
the smoothest,
it is
but
smooth.
for what it is,
Yeah.
it is very smooth. I mean, it's not like
Yeah,
it's
it's not
not
bad at
knocking
all.
you on your ass. It's not
Right.
it's not blowing. It's not burning your nose and your throat and burning all the way down like
Right.
everybody thinks bourbon does. And it's not the reaction that my wife gives for every single sip she takes, which is no.
Which is weird. She does that to this, and then she loves dark mud water beer.
She doesn't like dark.
Oh, she don't.
No.
Okay.
No. She does IPAs and
Okay.
lagers. She doesn't
Gotcha.
do stouts
Okay.
and
I thought she liked that
porters.
thick crap you poured.
no.
Yep.
She
I
doesn't
say-
do Natty Light either.
Yeah, natter days.
So, anyway, on with the show. So, leftovers. How do you feel about leftovers?
Love them. Grew up
Love
on
them.
them.
So,
Got fat
okay.
on 'em.
So I did too. So, how long will you wait? Like what is the length of time a leftover can sit in the fridge that you will still eat it?
It really depends on what it is. I mean,
In general,
I would say on average, no more than a week tops.
so 7 days.
7 days tops.
7 days.
Yeah.
I will not
And again,
eat.
depending, there's some stuff that'll be a little bit shorter.
Okay.
It just varies. Because I mean, here's the thing: if all the ingredients sit in my fridge until I use them, like milk, cheese, eggs, whatever,
Yeah.
you mix them up. It's probably good for a little while still. So it just depends. Now, obviously, if you pull out something that's got mold on it or it smells funky, I mean, always do the sniff test.
Right.
And if something smells a little bit off, just go ahead and pitch it. Like, don't risk it.
Right. And I'm not talking about like just your basic like okay, there's a block of cheese, whatever.
No, you're
something
talking about like meals.
I'm talking
like
about
pork chops or
pork chop.
marzetti or
Yeah, something
Pizza.
mashed potatoes, something you made up.
I don't think pizza ever lasts a week in anybody's fridge. Like I feel like you eat that and then the next day you eat cold pizza and it's done.
You should see how long pizza lasts in my fridge.
Wow, you need to.
It's not me. I leave it for the kids, and they won't eat the leftovers. And then I end up trying to eat them, and then it's like eating cardboard. So I will not eat leftovers if the leftovers for anything over 3 days.
Yeah, I mean that's not bad.
So if it's 3 days old, won't touch it, and I get in trouble for that. Well, there's spaghetti in the fridge. Yeah, that spaghetti's been there for 5 days.
I'd eat
So
that.
I
I've
won't
eaten 5 days spaghetti.
I won't touch
hundreds
that.
of times in my life.
Won't touch it. Mainly because I've gotten sick.
Well, if you've had a past, it's like the whole milk thing with your sister.
Right.
If you have a past experience, it's gonna
affect you.
because that's all you can think about.
It's not even like all I can think about. It's just like, okay. And I've got, I mean, even thinking back to like the Buckhorn Bite segment we did with the Oreos and salsa, I've got kind of a cast iron stomach. Like there are things that I can eat and I can stomach, like
Poop.
sure. I mean, I've got a story from one of my dad's buddies
I didn't want to know that.
who ate chocolate covered moose shit.
That's dumb.
I'll tell you about that here in a minute. So, but I've gotten like there's things that I can eat.
stomach a lot.
I can stomach a lot, but something about that, the combination of an Oreo
Knockoff Oreo.
knockoff, cheap Dollar General knockoff Oreo and jarred picante paste salsa just did something to my stomach that I just did not feel right the rest of the day. It wasn't good.
It wasn't good.
I know that some people liked seeing me sick. That was not good.
It got reactions.
It got some reactions.
But it's like watching Jackass or something. The guys do really nasty stuff. It gets views.
It does. And
it's
it was not good. So like I've eaten leftover spaghetti and gotten sick. And it's not just one time, it's multiple times.
I've gotten sick off leftovers, I don't think. I mean, unless it was something really old and I just didn't know.
I don't know. I've gone back and done it like over and over again and gotten sick a few times, and finally I'm just like, more than 3 days, I'm done.
Now, see, that's how Beth's grandpa is with mayonnaise. He got sick one time off of bad mayonnaise. Anything that has mayonnaise in it or on it, one day. Like his wife, Beth's grandma, we used to go hunting down there in West Virginia.
Yeah.
She would always make this bologna salad stuff. Amazing. It's like a homemade, old school. I don't know what else she made to it. But she'd send up a big old giant jar of this.
Yeah.
And we'd take some, put it on a sandwich, and eat. Well, if somebody left it out because somebody else was going to use it, he's like, get that back in the fridge. It's going to go bad. Like he won't eat it while he's up there. He'll eat it the day she makes it, and that's it. Because that's mayonnaise in it. So yeah, he's that same way, particularly with mayo. That if it has mayo or you okay, Diesel?
Got a dog over here.
He's the same way. He don't like leftovers.
Yeah, he don't like leftovers either. He's commenting.
Yeah, so he's that way. Me, I'm like, like if we go to mom and dad's or something, I haven't eaten all day. I open the fridge, of course. I'm a 35-year-old kid.
Right.
Mom, what's in the fridge?
What's in the fridge?
I'll open the fridge. I'll say, hey, is this?
I do the same thing at my grandmother's.
Meatloaf's good. I made that last Thursday. It's only been 3 days, or it's been 7 days, or that's been more than a week. I need to throw that out. Yeah. Stuff like that. So it really depends on what it is, I guess. But I typically, like if it's been a week, I tend to go, like it'd probably be okay, I would think. But is there meat in it? Is it just dairy? Like I don't know. I think it would vary. But for me, I'd say a week tops.
Yeah. See,
if I'm just throwing out a general like.
Okay, and I'm just talking about general statement. So the story with the chocolate covered mousse shit is, so my dad and his buddy Gary eats he eats anything
apparently.
No, and I'm talking like the Grizzly Adams, like walks out in his backyard, picks up a caterpillar, puts it in his mouth, eats it, eats grubs.
I've eaten grub before. They're not bad.
I mean, he's Timon and Pumbaa from The Lion King.
Right.
I mean,
he just a log for dinner.
I mean, he kicks over. I know I've seen the guy do it. He just kicks over a log. He's like, oh, hey, look at that.
I've had grasshopper before.
And he eats grasshoppers.
Hint: if you're ever going to eat a live grasshopper, rip off the back legs first because they will fight to the death trying to climb out of your throat.
Well, yeah.
They have
little saws on their legs.
I mean, that doesn't really affect you. It's just they try to escape. If they don't have their back legs, it's easier to.
Well, chew
them quick and go down. Yeah, but when you're trying to chew something that's fighting for its life, rip off them back legs.
I do know that ant heads taste like Smarties or Sweet Tarts.
Well, that's what if you get a real tiny grub, like I'm talking quarter-inch or smaller, that's what they taste like to me with Smarties.
Yeah. So, but he eats anything. I mean, he's got a farm up in Michigan, and he always sends me pictures of like 18 feet of snow, and he's like, "I'm loving it up here. You should come visit." And I'm like, "Hey, you can keep that." But anyway, he had a bowl sitting on his coffee table, and it was moose shit, chocolate-covered moose shit. And moose shit is just like deer. They're little itty-bitty pellets.
Little pellets, yeah.
Well, he had...
So it looked like chocolate-covered, like Raisinets or something.
Like chocolate-covered raisins.
Malted milk balls.
God knows why he has chocolate-covered moose shit.
Because he eats it. It's like leaving a bowl of M&M's out.
Right. So my dad walks in. He's like, "Hey, what up, Gary?" And he just grabs a handful, throws it in his mouth, and Gary starts laughing hysterically. Just falling on the floor laughing. He's like, and my dad just was like, something's
wrong.
Like, in his mind, I mean, he's chewing. He walks over to Gary, opens up his shirt pocket, spits it out in his shirt pocket, pats him on the chest, and just walks away. And he's like, "You asshole." He's like, "You just ate shit." And that was it.
The end?
The end. I mean, and my dad's like, "I've eaten moose shit."
It can't taste good. Like, who? Now, I saw the lady that was making jewelry and stuff out of the moose turds here a couple months back. That was all over the news.
Didn't see that.
Oh yeah, it's like they go out and collect it, and she was making like little ornaments and decorations and necklaces.
Don't know why you would want to do that.
Well, I don't either, but people were buying it. Like she was able to make a livable, like earn a livable income on it.
That's weird.
I agree.
Well,
but
all of this discussion about leftovers leads us to our news story.
okay.
20-year-old student dies of food poisoning after eating leftover spaghetti.
Yes, I heard about this.
This is the title. So this happened in Germany.
Right.
So
Now I read the article, one of the articles when it first happened, but I still don't know all the details.
So this article was from the Tribunist, and I don't know.
I've been told that anything from the Tribunist is fake news, and you should avoid it at all costs, no matter what it is.
Okay, well, we're going to go with this.
Good.
Okay,
That's what I
so
like to hear.
So what it is he ended up eating some leftover spaghetti. It was in the refrigerator. He did not reheat it. Immediately after eating it, he left home for a sports activity. I'm going to assume it's soccer because it's in Germany.
Right.
Or it was weightlifting.
Football.
It was either football, soccer, or weightlifting because that's the only two things they do in Germany. He returned 30 minutes later because of a headache and abdominal pain and nausea. After his arrival, he vomited profusely for several hours, and at midnight, he had 2 episodes of water diarrhea. Hey, TMI.
I mean, who hasn't been there?
But who hasn't been there? So he didn't receive any medication, or he drank only water, and after midnight, he fell asleep the next morning at 11 a.m. His parents were worried because he didn't get up, and that's when they went in the room and found him dead. So he was stiff. After an examination, they approximated he died at about 4 a.m. An analysis of leftover spaghetti was found a significant amount of some organism that is known to cause food poisoning. It's B something. I'm not going to try to pronounce it because
No,
people,
come on, give it
because
to
people
us.
will give me shit about
Come
my
on, pronounce
pronunciation.
it.
B serious.
Be serious.
Be serious. Cereus.
Yeah, fine.
Serious. Be serious.
We'll roll with it.
I'm going with it because that's what it is. And that's known to cause food poisoning. And typically food poisoning is stomach inflammation, nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, and it doesn't typically cause acute liver failure. And even worse, you can find out which bacteria is causing the problem based on culturing, and it would take days. AJ doesn't have this because his liver is quickly shutting down. So,
But wasn't there something, I read something somewhere about the reason it did that was because of the way he left it sit out or let it, like I said, he let it sit out for a couple days or so
Well,
long and it formed a bacteria or something.
well, that's what food poisoning is. It's a bacteria. It's B serious.
Right, it's be serious. But
So-
with this particular case, there's a lot of factors at play to get to this point where he died from it, though.
Right. So
And there's one, it was an article I read, it's been a while ago.
so basically, I think what it boils down to when it comes to this situation is if he would have microwaved it or put it on the stove, this probably wouldn't have been an issue. But I don't know that they still think that it was the food poisoning that caused the issue based on just perusing through the article.
Yeah, it seems to me like there was something to do with the bacteria that formed on the food and something in his body, like a very, very
Something
rare
else, yeah.
combo.
So right here it says, although we cannot incriminate B. serious as the direct and unique cause of the death, the present case illustrates that the severity of the enematic and diarrheal symptoms and the importance of adequate refrigeration of prepared food. So right there, they're I don't know what that even means. Like, that doesn't tell me anything.
I was kind of trying to Google real quick, but I wouldn't find anything right off the rip. But yeah, one of the things I read said that they had leftovers, and then like after they cooked it, they let it sit out like all night and most of the next day, and then he put it away in the fridge the next day, and then ate it a few days later, and then died or something.
Okay, so that none of that is in that
article.
In this
That's
particular
the
article,
there's a bunch of fake news.
so it's fake news.
But yeah, either way, I mean, you got to think because he was 20, by all accounts, in decent shape. You know,
Well, he's either playing football or lifting weights.
he's doing something.
He's doing something,
And he's like, I'm hungry. So he eats some spaghetti, gets a belly cramp, has diarrhea, dies.
right?
What a way to go, man. No idea your life's going to end.
Right. That sucks.
But yeah, as far like mom makes spaghetti, and dude, I eat leftover spaghetti cold For years. Still would. I'm going to get a bowl of spaghetti.
See, I don't like cold pasta sauce.
I do,
So
because it's like cold pizza.
I won't eat cold pizza.
Oh, I will.
Oh, no.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
No.
Eat some pizza. Next day, you have a cold slice for breakfast.
No.
Good, too good. Now, the crust after it's cold.
It's chewy or hard, depending on the pizza.
It's hard to get through the crust.
No.
But yeah, I love
I
pizza.
don't eat a whole lot of food cold when it comes out of the fridge.
Doesn't get it. Here's the thing with my
unless
wife.
it's meant to be cold.
Yeah. When my wife microwaves anything, now she's a phenomenal cook.
I don't microwave anything though. Like,
well, no, she don't either.
If
it's like a freezer meal or like our freezer pizzas, we bake. But if it's a microwavable, like if she's reheating leftovers and we're on the run or something, she'll throw in the microwave. But here's the thing with her: she microwaves everything for a minimum of molten lava.
Nope.
Like to the point where it's sizzling and steaming and
Good
hot.
Lord.
And you can't eat it.
She burning shit in the microwave.
No, I mean, it always smells good. She's one of the best cooks I know, hands down. But me, I'll put it in, like if I have a bowl of spaghetti, well, it's like leftover spaghetti or something.
No. Put that stuff in a pan on the stove with some water.
It's leftovers.
Mix it up.
But I'll tell her, hey, throw me in some spaghetti, whatever. We'll say spaghetti.
Yeah.
Throw it in the microwave. Well, she does it for about 18 minutes. I'm exaggerating. And then she brings it to me, and then the plate, she's like, the bowl's hot, but the spaghetti's fine. Well, the bowl is hot because it gives me third-degree burns, and the spaghetti is not fine because it burns a hole in my esophagus. And then I have to have a tracheotomy thing. But if I microwave, say I have a decent-sized bowl of spaghetti, cereal bowl, I mean, not a vat, I will microwave it for say, a minute 30. And if it's a little bit cold, I just mix it all up, and it's an average of warm.
No.
I'm fine with that.
No, I can't even do that.
I'm not picky.
See,
or I'll just eat it cold, grab some bread and butter and garlic salt, and go to town.
Yeah, see, I do the, it goes right into a pan. And
that's too much work for leftovers. You might as well just cook new every time.
No, I right into a pan with a little bit of water. Cook it up. Pizza in the oven. I bought a toaster oven. I bought a toaster oven specifically for heating up pizza.
It's a lot of work.
It's not though. 5 minutes in a toaster oven, 7 minutes in a toaster oven to heat up pizza.
Yeah, 45 seconds in a microwave.
I don't want
radiation to deal with
it. No, because when it comes out of the microwave,
we should microwave whole milk.
That's gross.
I don't even know what happened.
It probably just gross.
Curdle right from rice,
but
for 5 minutes.
The pizza in the microwave, it just gets. It's not. It doesn't taste the same.
Oh no, I get.
That's why.
Yeah,
that's why I got the toaster oven.
But like I said, I'll just eat pizza cold, or I'll microwave it for 20 or 30 seconds to get the crunchy, the cold chill off of it, and to where it's more flexible, and then I'll eat it like that.
But sometimes it gets chewy, and that's the problem.
I like chewy though. I like doughy pizza.
But I do too. But if it's not meant to be, that's the problem.
It's just like pizza flavored bubble gum.
Oh, that's disgusting.
I'd rock it. Yeah, I don't know. With me, with the leftovers and microwave, I can't remember any leftovers. Now I will say this: Beth has done better with leftovers. She's a pampered chef consultant, and she has the baking stones and all that. So she'll take a pizza, some leftover pizza, throw it on that, and throw it in the oven and cook it back up. So it gets crispy again because it's on that cooking stone thing.
Yeah. Now we have a pizza stone. I love the pizza stone.
Yeah,
but we don't use. I won't use. I don't say we won't use. I don't use the pizza stone that often anymore, only because I cook.
No diesel.
I'll cook directly on the rack.
A pizza on the rack?
Yeah.
Won't it melt through?
No. So I'll take a frozen.
Slimed all on my elbow.
Yeah, you did. It's like Slimer.
I think Diesel and I just got to second base. I don't know how I feel about it.
You did. He's groping. So I will take.
You need to post a picture of Diesel under this episode, so we talk about him sometimes.
He's the mascot of the show. But I will anyway. I will take a frozen pizza, and just slide it right onto the rack. Put a cookie sheet underneath it, because we've had cheese drip off before.
Well, but you put a cookie sheet under it, right? Like the metal flat thing
on the rack below.
Oh, to catch it?
To catch anything, so it doesn't drip into these.
Oh, I just put it on the cookie sheet and throw it in there.
Nope, and then I'll use the pizza stone and slide it off the pizza stone.
I kind of want pizza now, frozen pizza. I'm going to text my wife and see what's for dinner. I'm so hungry. So I've been trying to lose weight, right? Speaking of food and leftovers. So I drank a protein shake. Dirty jokes.
Did you take you about 15 minutes to mix one up?
Oh, not even. Like 2.5 tops. No, but I'll drink a protein shake for breakfast. Then my lunch was like a V8 and a banana or an apple or something. And then dinner, I'll eat like a good protein-rich, good carb dinner. You know what I'm saying? And that way it just limits how much I eat. And I know there's so many people that tell me so many ways to lose weight, but I did this before. I lost 180-something pounds.
Right.
So I've got to do it my way again because I know what works for me.
Right. You do what works for you.
Yeah, I just started doing that again. So today I had a protein shake for breakfast, a V8 and a banana for lunch with a little peanut butter. So I get a little protein on it.
You put a little vodka in that V8?
And I didn't.
Like a Bloody Mary?
Something about being at work and working with like tools and dealing with tenants.
Sha.
Right. No, I don't like Bloody Marys though. Like I think if I'm going to drink alcohol, I don't like tomato
But you're
juice.
drinking a V8, which is tomato juice.
But that's what I'm saying. I'll drink one can of V8 and I'm good. That's it. That's all I need. I don't want. It's like people that wake up and they go on vacation and send me Snapchats or pictures of their Bloody Marys for brunch or breakfast that early in the morning.
I just send pictures of bourbon.
I'd rather have. Oh, I'm burping. Excuse me. I'd rather have bourbon for brunch than a Bloody Mary. I've never had a Bloody Mary. Nothing about it appeals to me.
They're not bad. Like I had one when we went on our anniversary vacation.
It's like cold soup.
No, it's sometimes you get them warm. You can get them warm. The one I had was warm. It was like room temperature. It wasn't cold. It had bacon and olives and pickles and salami and ham and all this. I mean, it had like 18 different meats like stacked up on a toothpick. Vodka and all kinds of other. It was spicy as hell, thick as a milkshake. It was like dark red tomato soup.
Ugh.
It was good for like the first half of it.
Yeah.
The first half of it was good, but I don't like tomato juice, so I like fought through it, and then the second half I'm like I'm done, I'm out. So anyway,
so I just texted Beth, "What's for dinner?" Another big difference about Tuesday nights. I haven't eaten all day, and I'm starving. We're recording. And she said she hasn't made it to the kitchen yet because Judd's cluster feeding. And I just said, frozen pizza sounds good, so no worries.
Well, you need to eat while you're at work on Tuesdays.
Well, I probably should. But yeah, that's how I feel about frozen food. And here's the thing, too. Is there any food you won't eat that's a leftover?
French fries.
Yes, I'm with you on that. It's really French fries are nothing but soggy, mushy.
They're hard to heat up. Like I've tried everything, even some of the stuff where like do this with a French fry and wrap it in this and wrap it in a wet paper towel and
no, that's too much work.
Do this and like take bread and stick it in the microwave with it and try to stick this thing and do this and shove this up your ass and da 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 da. And I'm like,
you better watch where you're sticking.
I'm like, none of this stuff works. Like none of the techniques works. They still come out soggy. They still come out.
They're always soggy,
tasting stale. And it's not. They're not.
Yeah, no. French fries are never good. I'm with you on that. I didn't even think. I was thinking like main courses, I guess, like pork chops or steak or.
Oh no, the steak doesn't last a day in this house.
It's gone.
It's gone.
Yeah, we had some delicious. I gave you some steaks yesterday. I can't wait for you to try them.
I'm going to try them
because we had.
They're in the freezer.
We had some last night from it. I mean, it's from a legit like family farm, butchered at a local spot. So good last night, but
I'll salt crust them and do them on the grill.
Sounds good to me.
That's how I do them. They'll sit out for an hour before they
let them marinate.
They'll sit and get to room temperature after they thawed out.
Right.
And then so my process is they will get to room after they're thawed. They'll get to room temperature. Then they get a salt crust on them. They sit for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And a heavy salt crust, not just like a little bit. Heavy salt crust. Sit for 40 minutes. Let all of that salt just melt into the meat, and then onto the grill for 5 to 7 minutes each side. For me, for the girls, it has to be a little longer. But
so what's that make your steak? Medium rare?
Rare.
See, I like medium the best. Medium,
bloody, super. They're super bloody. Like I like mine.
Well, we worked at Ponderosa. Beth and I worked at Ponderosa in high school there. And there was a guy that come in. He literally would say, he had one guy that he loved doing the grill, and this dude was so high all the time. He'd go out and smoke a joint, come in and cook everybody's steak. Customers loved him. It was like Hendrix playing the guitar. He'd smoke a joint and just wail on it, you know?
Hey.
And this dude literally was like, I think it was like 7 or 8 seconds. He had a specific count. You throw the steak on, you press it for that long, flip it, press for that long, throw it on his plate.
Done.
And he's done. And I was like, it's so cold in the middle, but that's how he loved it.
So I want it hot in the middle.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, you don't want, especially a fresh steak. You don't want that cold.
No, I want it. I want it hot in the middle, but it's got to be. I don't want it cooked all the way through. I want it.
I like medium overall. If somebody can cook a steak well, I like medium.
I learned from my grandfather. My grandfather was his response to anytime he ordered a steak, and they're like, "How would you like that done?" He's like, "Take the moo out of it."
Yeah,
like just bring the cow to me. I'll cut my own piece.
I grew up not liking steak. We'd go to a real nice steakhouse, any steakhouse. It could be Outback or Texas Roadhouse. I would get chicken tenders and fries.
Oh no,
all the time. But here's why: both of my parents like their steaks well done.
Oh, see,
so that's all I knew. Now, when Beth and I started dating, we went somewhere and she got steak and I got like chicken tenders and fries, and she was like, "Try this." No, I can see the pink. It was medium.
Yeah.
No, I ain't trying that. Gross. Try it. Well, finally I tried it and I was like, I love steak.
Yeah.
I never tasted steak.
You never had steak.
And,
you had leather.
Yeah. And to this day, I mean, my mom likes burning hot dogs. She just likes that taste. Fine. That's her preference. Me, I like to be able to taste the food.
A good char on a hot dog ain't going to kill you.
No,
like I
not
like
a good char. She likes them burnt.
No. See.
Yeah, that's the thing.
See, let's see.
And I know she'll probably listen to this episode because she's a great supporter of her baby boy.
Hi, Sharon.
And she will definitely back me up on it. Like, Beth makes crock pot mac and cheese. Her and my cousin Farron fight for the edges that are burnt. I go for the middle. That's real gooey, cheesy deliciousness.
Getting some crispy mac and cheese ain't they? I'm not going to kill you.
The blacker the better. They like it burnt.
Oh no, I'm not. No.
I like crispy.
I want some. I'll scrape for some crispy side.
Yeah, they like stuff burnt,
like some mac and cheese chips. But
I was like, ooh.
Yeah, but I'm not going for black and burnt. Like,
yeah,
slightly brown with some ooey gooey on it.
Yeah, that's not bad. I'm
down for that. But
I like cheesier stuff too.
I like blackened food.
Now, what's the best? Like shifting gears. Go ahead, finish.
Right, I was gonna say I like blackened fish.
Oh yeah.
Like where they just
right.
It's But
yeah, I got no problem with that.
But I don't want my stuff charred.
Yeah,
like
they basically
ash.
want it cremated. Yeah, I was gonna say they want it cremated and then eat the remains.
No, I don't want that.
What's the best steak you've ever had?
So I've had or I've made.
Had. Well, it can be one you made, but your best ever. Your Blanton's or your Virgil Cane of steaks.
That's a hard.
I mean, if you made it good for you.
That's a tough question. So
it is.
It's. I can't think of the restaurant now. There's a restaurant out. Where's it at? It's a higher end restaurant. It's out in Dublin.
Is it one of those like Morton's or?
It's like a
Hyde
Morton's.
Park type?
It may be Hyde Park.
Yeah.
It may be Hyde Park. But the steak was named after like a player or a coach or whatever, and that was really good. I mean, that was when I said I want it because at that point I ate medium rare, so it was like give me I want medium rare.
And those places have a chef that can actually cook it perfect every time.
Every time,
Trained
hit the mark.
Culinary expert
Every time.
Yeah.
And the way that I would prefer it, like when I say medium rare, it's a little bit of blood, a little bit of pink.
Yeah.
What medium rare should be, not brown all the way through, which is medium.
Medium well, because the medium I like has a little pink still. It's like a pink tint in the middle.
Okay, I'll give you that.
It's just no blood. Basically, is the way I like my medium.
Okay. So, and I like
medium well's brown. Well done is like totally brown to grayish on the inside, and
to me that's a frisbee.
Crispy outside. Yeah.
So I like mine super high heat. Like when I do rare, I've got like cast iron grates on my grill. I set my grill high heat, get that thing up as high as the heat will go on it. I throw the steak on, and it sears it, flip it, sear it, and then I turn the heat down.
And so slow cook it?
And slow cook it until I hit my medium rare, or till I hit my rare. But they did a really good job.
Yeah.
Blystone, now, they did a good job.
There.
Blystone Farms, they're right down the road here. I will go buy their burgundy marinated steak and then bring it and then do it here at the house.
Cook it yourself.
I have never screwed up one of their steaks.
Well, here's the thing too. When you start with quality ingredients,
You get a quality
it's
product.
kind of like Derek Johnson. He has the smokeout barbecue truck.
Right.
His whole thing is people are like, well, it's a lot of which everybody I've talked to, you get a ton of food. There's a thing it's called the hot mess. It's like $10.
Right.
Everybody I've talked to, big dudes included, like if I finish this, I feel sick. It's so much food. So you get your value, but the thing is, he prides himself on the ingredients he starts with. So this place, you're probably getting better ingredients.
Well, everybody
to start
should,
with.
but
Right.
I can take. I have taken something I've gotten from Kroger or Meyer or Giant Eagle
It make it better.
and made it better.
And that's something you wanted to do originally, right? Is become a good
So
culinary.
I was on the path to be a culinary chef. I was
Right.
It was either go to school in Pittsburgh to the Culinary Institute or move to Columbus and go to DeVry and drop
what you
out.
doing now?
Drop out and go to Columbus
Hey,
State.
you're doing really
and,
good for a dropout, though.
and go to Columbus State and get a lesser degree and then make more money
go
doing
make more
and
money.
do something else. So, which is the route that I took. But I still like cooking. I still like cooking.
Right. And I've been
but
here
I
when
find
you're
it,
making a lunch before or whatever, and you're chopping broccoli. You're like doing all the stuff.
yeah,
and
but I find it to be a hassle now. Is the problem? Like, so I'm
it's
glad
like
that
taking a dump for
I
me.
didn't go
It's
the
just a
route.
hassle.
I didn't go the route of culinary because I find it to be somewhat of a hassle unless it's something that I like to make.
Yeah.
Like if I'm the everyday rigmarole of making dinner, meh.
Yeah. Well, see, Beth loves it still. I can cook. Like, I make a really good, I do a chicken tortellini where I do the chicken myself. I slice the breast, do it all. And then I use 3 different types of stuffed tortellini. Like, one's Parmesan stuffed, one's like tri-blend cheese stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I season all myself. I do everything myself. So I can cook, but Beth is way better than me, and she enjoys it. So everybody's like, oh, she cooks your meals, and she does this, and she loves it. She loves entertaining. She loves cooking. And the thing with her is she'll literally look at ingredients and go, I think I can do something with this, and just create stuff.
Well, see, that's what I do. So I would rather just look at something. Like, I'll walk into the pantry and go, okay, what do you kids want? And they're like, well, I'm like, we don't have that. This is what we have, and this is what we're going to see.
This is what we're going to see. Yeah, try and make something out of it.
We're going to make something out of this. And that's where, like, the spaghetti and tomato soup came from. Like, the macaroni and tomato soup came from when I was a kid.
We do macaroni and tomatoes.
Well, that's what you had said, the macaroni and tomatoes. But I'll like today for lunch I had I did have leftovers. From last night's dinner. But then I'm sitting there and I'm like, we got ramen noodles.
Okay.
What can I do with ramen noodles just to spice it up?
Put hot sauce in it.
Nope. So we have adobo seasoning. Adobo seasoning is amazing. If you don't have adobo seasoning, you need to add that. Anybody out there, add that to your arsenal of seasonings. I took adobo seasoning, put that in the water. I don't even I haven't even added the seasoning packet that comes with with the ramen yet. So with the water, put in the adobo seasoning, some salt, some pepper, dill,
Okay.
garlic powder. Let that boil. And then once it starts boiling, put the
Flavor packet in?
nope, put the noodles in.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you do that before the noodles. Okay.
Yep, let that cook in so that all that
You know,
stuff.
ramen noodles are like the poor man's bath bomb.
They are.
You put it in, watch it all break
Put
apart.
it in, let it break apart. So let that cook down so the noodles they're not cooked through, but they're starting to cook up. Drain the water out. So there's a little bit left. Throw the packet in. Grab an egg. Mix the egg up. Put the noodles back on with the flavor packet back in, and then do like an egg drop.
Okay.
In it. So just drizzle the scrambled egg in.
Right.
And now I've got an egg drop ramen noodle set up.
Sounds good. You have to make that for me sometime.
Phenomenal.
I got a funny. So I want to tell you about my steak, and then I got a funny ramen noodle story. My favorite steak you can get at a restaurant. It's kind of like one of your bourbons or something. You cannot get in Ohio. You ever been to Gatlinburg, Tennessee? Pigeon Forge?
Not yet.
Okay. First, you should take the girls there. Great for kids. We usually go the week after Thanksgiving. One year we went the week of Thanksgiving, took the deep fryer to deep fry our 3 turkeys like we do every year.
Yeah.
Because we like different flavors, and then we end up freezing a lot of it and turning it into turkey salad. The week of Thanksgiving, stupid packed. I didn't think anybody would be there being a holiday. The week after Thanksgiving, or 2 weeks after, or the week before, chill. Right? Not many people there. So most kids are in school, you know. with the week of Thanksgiving, most kids are out, so people flock to that area.
Right.
Big tourist trap. But we went down there. Beth and I found this place on our honeymoon, actually. We honeymooned outside of Gatlinburg. There's a place in Pigeon Forge called the Smoky Mountain Brewery and Grill.
Okay.
Now, you'll love this place because they brew their own beer. They cook with their own beer that they brew.
I'm in for that.
Yeah. So they have something there called the ale steak. Now, Beth and I go try this place on a whim. Didn't know anything about it. We were driving around, saw it, said, let's go. Maybe I'll like a beer. Maybe, whatever. Beth doesn't drink beer. Well, we went there, and I ordered one of those small flights of beers to try. She ordered a steak called the ale steak. I ordered some kind of a chicken or fish, actual dinner, not chicken tenders, but like a nice meal.
I got chicken tenders and fries.
Right. But I whatever it was, I remember I really liked. Beth bit into that steak, and she was like, oh, my gosh, you got to try this. So I try it, and the steak just fell apart like it melted in my mouth. Every year since then, we go down. Now, my parents go with us to the week after Thanksgiving. It's a big family thing. So my parents, usually my brother, if he can make it. My dad has 2 rules about eating out on vacation. One is you do not go anywhere you can go here. So you don't swing through Chick-fil-A. You don't go to Applebee's. Why? You
Why? Yeah, why? Exactly. We have the same rule.
Yeah, you find the local joints. You find something that's different. Or that's not in Ohio, at least.
Right.
And 2, you don't go to the same place twice in the week we're there.
Right.
Because why would you? There's so much, especially Gatlinburg. So many people talk about the Mill, which is good, the Apple Barn, which is good. It's okay.
We have the same rule when we go down to Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, you have to.
Except for the Chick-fil-A thing. We hit that on the way down.
Yeah. Well, I could eat Chick-fil-A today.
I mean.
But, so we found this place. We told Mom and Dad about it the first year that we took Mom and Dad. I think it was like the second day I finally convinced them, let's go here. Because he has his spots he loves. We went back by the end of the week. This ale steak, we all get it. Mom and Dad get it well. Me and Beth get it medium. Always cooked to perfection. No one's ever sent one back or had a problem. Everybody I recommend loves it. I tell everybody that ever goes down to the Gatlinburg or Pigeon Forge area to get it. And some people go, oh, we didn't get there because we went to the Apple Barn. We went to Big Daddy's Pizza. We went to Mellow Mushroom, which honestly is way overrated pizza.
Mellow Mushroom, there's one of those in Polaris.
I know. So many people, they go to the Bubba Gump place. Now, there's a place called...
I would not, you know what? I would... Bubba Gump... I love Forrest Gump. I love the movie. I've never been there. I've been to a Bubba Gump. I went to one in Tampa. I was not impressed.
Yeah, that's what I've heard, so we didn't go. Either way, if you go to Gatlinburg / Pigeon Forge or Sevierville, in Pigeon Forge, the Smoky Mountain Brewery and Grill, look it up. The ale steak there, here's the best part. Me and Beth can get in and out of there with an appetizer and 2 steaks and then non-alcoholic beverages for under $50. 50 with a tip. And it is hands down the best steak. Now, I haven't had a Hyde Park, but I've had a Morton's. We had at Rosendale's back when Chef Rosendale was in Columbus. Mm-hmm. I've had a few high-end steaks. None of them touch this place.
So we'll have to.
It is amazing. And they do this like garlic buttery thing on top of it.
I love garlic. Like a scoop?
They do a scoop, and they let it sit before they bring it to you. Like, they let this thing marinate.
That's my favorite.
Dude, it is the best steak, hands down. I've never had a better one. I've had a lot of good steaks. It's just, this is my Jefferson's Ocean Voyage 3 of steaks. Like,
I just had a hell of an idea, too.
What?
I want to take a steak and marinate in one of those beers that you hate.
That'd probably be good, though.
And then grill it.
That'd probably be really good. Anything marinated in alcohol or cooked in alcohol, I tend to like, regardless of what alcohol it is, because it brings out a different flavor in the meat.
Like, I just want to let it sit for like 24 to 48 hours in like a vat of beer.
Mom and Dad have never and don't drink. They just don't. Mom lost her mom when she was 11 due to a drunk driver.
Okay.
When she was sober. My dad's younger brother in 1987 was hit head on by a drunk driver when he was sober. They don't drink, they don't touch alcohol, but we did buy some of their beer to do beer battered brats. And took it back and cooked beer battered brats in the cabin. Dude.
See.
I mean, you're talking a local brewery, good quality
we'll
beer.
tag them in this post.
Yeah, I tagged them in. Every time I go down there, you'll see them on my Instagram if you scroll back through every November. Well, last year we didn't make it because I had surgery and then we had the kid. But dude, it's so good.
We'll tag
quality
them in
beers.
Post.
Yeah, Smoky Mountain Brewery and Grill is hands down my favorite steak in the entire world. I haven't been all over the world, but in my little bubble of the world, hands down my favorite. Now, do we have time for my ramen noodle story? All right, I got the nod. So, me and my buddy Andy.
We're not going to play you off.
So I'm Randy. My buddy Andy and his girlfriend Candy all live together.
Good Lord.
I wish I was making that up. That is a bad 90s sitcom if I ever heard
Randy, Andy, and Candy.
Yeah. And we worked at a warehouse together for a couple years and lived together for a couple years. So every time somebody called for it. Now, here's the thing. We did our job very well. So Andy and I worked together at a warehouse here in Groveport, Ohio. And we lived together. So we rode together, lived together, worked together. We went to Myrtle Beach together, did everything together. And everybody, anytime they needed us, they just be like, come over there. Come be like, Randy and Andy report to wherever. And everybody knew it was us too. They loved us there. We loved them. I still like the people. I stay in touch with a lot of people I met back then. And we had a break room. So we worked 3:30 to midnight every day for 2 years. And after 2 hours, you got a 15-minute break. 2 more hours, you got a half-hour lunch, so forth and so on.
Yeah, that's an OSHA thing.
Right. Well, and being a warehouse where you worked on an assembly line, like people would pick orders, it'd go down to consolidation. Those orders would get consolidated into a bigger box and go to shipping. So everybody kind of had to be in place.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it doesn't work. You can't just have people taking random breaks.
Right.
So him and I worked all over the warehouse in all various inbound, outbound, various positions throughout the 2 years. But one day we go to lunch, and we're sitting in the break room. It was early on in our career there. Our 2-year career.
2-year career.
And, we were poor, living in a townhome in Circleville, 2-bedroom, 1-bath townhome, only paid $500 a month. Huge place, too. And so he would buy, because he liked, like I said, I got him off of the Natty and on the Coors Light, and he'd also buy Jaeger stuff, but we always tried to eat cheap. So he would always pack ramen, like, every day for lunch. So he packs ramen one day, and we get to the break room, and there's no bowls. So I said, well, dude, go get like a styrofoam cup. He's like, how do I get this into a styrofoam cup? I'm like, break it up. So he goes, there's no styrofoam cups. Okay. So he has no container to put his ramen noodle brick in, right? So so then he goes, I said, well, they're at least silverware. Maybe we can borrow a bowl from somebody. Nobody, none of our friends, nobody has any kind of container to cook ramen in this particular night. All the office people are long gone because our lunch was at 7:30 or 8 at night. So we're sitting there, and this is all he packed with ramen noodles for lunch and a candy bar.
Sad.
So he's sitting there, and he has the open packet of ramen. So he's got that square brick of Justin Timberlake hair, right? And he's sitting there looking at it, and I'm eating whatever. I had probably leftovers, probably leftover pizza or something. I'm eating whatever I'm eating. I'm like, do you want to bite like half of mine? He's like, no.
You want a pepperoni? I love
blah,
you, bro.
blah, blah. And we're sitting there, and I was talking to one of our other buddies or something, and I look over right as he takes a bite out of the brick of ramen dry. And he takes it, and he gets it, has to get in the side of the mouth and get back in the molars, and crunches down on this dry ramen brick. Rips it off, and then all you hear is as he's trying to chew it. And the face he's making, he's sitting there, and you can tell it's not good. It's like he's eating a wicker basket, right?
Right. It sounds like he's eating a wicker basket.
And I'm just like, we all kind of stop and look at each other, and we're like, everybody just stopped, and we're looking at him. And he's just looking at us chewing this stuff. God. And he gets done, swallows it, and I was just like, dude. And he looks me square in the eye and takes another bite. So he gets about 2-3 bites into this, and I was like, well, you should at least. Now my buddy Andy he's been in the military for like 14 years now in the Army. So take that, Sarah. You're a smart one, and Andy is there too. No, I love Andy. He's still, I consider him one of my best friends growing up. But he gets 2-3 bites in, and I was like, well, bro, no ramen's good unless you have the flavor pack with it.
Oh, Lord.
So I told him to sprinkle the flavor pack on. He takes another bite. He opens the flavor pack, takes a bite of this ramen wicker basket thing, and then shoots the whole pack of the flavoring in his mouth and tries to start chewing. Instantly coughs, and this dust cloud and bits of ramen come spraying out of his mouth. All over us, all over the table. By this time, everybody else in the cafeteria has been watching him. And that was the day that we all finished the rest of our shift with ramen spit powder on us.
That is gross.
And yeah, that's anytime I see ramen noodles, I think of them. I always think of Andy sitting there and just trying to eat a dry, flavorless, bland wicker basket brick of ramen noodles.
That's disgusting.
Quite the opposite of the ale house or the ale steak at a brewery house. Or Smoky Mountain Brewery, whatever it's called. But yeah,
that is quite the opposite.
So as soon as you went ramen, that popped in my head, and I was like, I got to share this. I have so many stories from my time living with Andy. It was all of 8 months, and in 8 months, we had our power turned off 4 times.
Good Lord.
We weren't good at adulting.
Apparently.
We were really good at partying.
You're really good at something.
Really good at partying.
Good God.
Yeah, Yeah, it was like 8 months, and we were like, I can't keep doing this. I'm going to die. So I moved out, and him and Candy stayed there.
Oh.
I still think we should have had, if it would have happened in the mid to 2000s to 2012-ish, we probably would have had our own MTV reality show.
Yeah, it would have been Get Out.
Yeah, it was fun. Good memories.
That's awesome.
So, yep, that's my ramen story.
Awesome. All right. Well, we didn't make it to the is your cell phone listening to you? That's all right.
It is the end. We'll get to it on another episode.
We'll hit that on another show. Do a little more research on it. So, thanks for listening. Like, share, subscribe. Yes. We appreciate everything that you guys do. Comment on what we got going on. Be a part of the conversation. What's your favorite steak? How do you like to cook your steak? Will you eat leftovers?
Do you want Martelle to give you a steak that he's made?
I will not give you a steak that I made.
I give you steaks.
I know, but I'm not giving away those steaks.
Yeah, I hope they're good. They were good for us. So.
I will make them good. It doesn't matter.
Oh, I'm sure they'll be good.
They'll
Quality
be fantastic.
Meat. I gave you my best meat.
Yeah, you did. Right in my mouth.
Best of my meat. Just for your mouth.
Just for my mouth. So...
Shout out to Smoky Mountain Brewery.
Shout out to Smoky Mountain.
Smoky
Mountain Brewery.
Shout out to Smokeout Barbecue.
I want to do, at the end of every show, I want to give a shout out to somebody. So do you have somebody you want to give a shout out to?
I say we give it to Derek and Smokeout Barbecue.
There you go.
We got a food truck that's going around Columbus. Check them out. Smokeout Barbecue. Look them up on Facebook. He posts their schedule weekly, I think, but they were at Huntington up at Easton today, the corporate office.
And I missed it. If I had known that, because I work up there, I would have driven over there to go get some meat.
You work from home.
Today I did.
Oh. Yeah, check his schedule.
I work at Easton.
Everybody, because he ends up down by DSCC sometimes, and some of the guys from there, you get it. Dude, they go nuts. They're clamoring that I got to try this. So I'm trying I just don't work near him. Where he's usually at. So
not if he's at Easton.
I can't run over there for lunch, but it's just a food truck. You run up, you get your food, you take it back, you're done.
I know, but I would have driven from my office at Easton to Huntington at Easton.
Yeah. Look him up. He does, and he actually smokes like the meat overnight. Like he does the whole process. It's not like he definitely ain't microwaving anything.
Well, no.
He posted pictures earlier today of he had like brisket, chicken wings, all kinds of stuff, pulled pork. So, yeah, I
should have been in the office today, but I have a sick child. Anyway, so to Derek, Smokeout Barbecue.
Yep.
All right, cool. So, yeah, make sure you're commenting on what we do, what you hear, what you like, what you dislike, anything. Like I said, any feedback is good feedback, whether it's positive or negative. Check us out on Facebook at Buckhorn Podcast. Check us out Instagram and Twitter, same handle, Buckhorn Podcast. And I'm Martelle. He's Randy. We're out.
Peace.
See ya.